Welcome back to the CultHousePodcast. I'm your host, Roger Riddell. Joining me today is the Atlas Moth vocalist and guitarist, Stavros Giannopoulos. How you doing today, Stavros?
You said it right. Great job. Great job.
And I've known you for like a decade now. So
yeah, it's like a bunch of people I've known forever go like Stavros. It's like, what do you expect?
I mean, some people just call you Steve.
Yeah, it's true. Some people call me Maurice. Woo woo.
You guys got a new beer coming out, right?
We do, yes. A new beer. We have a beer coming out, period.
Well, you had the
this
mead
is my
before,
first beer.
Which is
a new alcohol coming out. Yes. We teamed up with Wake Brewery out in, I think it's Rock Island, Illinois. I have never been there. And they're doing a actual human blood orange sour for Vox and Hops Brutality. You can go to voxandhops.com and check it out. I know that it's gonna be tough to get in Chicago, so you might have to go out to Rock Island to get it. But maybe I'll figure out a way to mail you one.
Yeah, does it have actual human blood in it?
It has actual human blood orange in it. Jesus, Roger, come on, listen to the name.
Wait, you never know. You could have done that whole thing like Kiss did with the Marvel comic back in the day, where the band put a vial of their blood into the ink. You know?
Yeah, that's true, and that would be very unhygienic for beer. If we do a comic book, though, I'll get back to you. All right, I'll let you know.
I mean, you all, I think you all talked about doing that with Coma Noir, right?
Well, how about this? Breaking news. So we are gonna, I guess, Coma is almost out of print, vinyl wise, and a couple dudes and I co-wrote a graphic novel. Who would have thought? And it's basically based around Coma Noir. It was like. There's no concept record. I've tried to write a concept record several times. Dave and I both have, and like within like a song, we're both like, "Fuck this!" Like, holy shit, it's just so constricting. But I kind of like had a story in my head that I used as like I don't know what you really want to call it, like kind of like reference points. You know, like the record. A lot of it is me talking to you. So like basically, I had a story in my head, and it wasn't completely fleshed out, but I wanted to flesh it out, and then. This author, Nick Savage, and I just got together and we fleshed out a story. And then we got this guy, M. Ryan Arnold. He's illustrating it right now. So we're going to re-release it hopefully in the fall with a comic book, a whole graphic novel. How about that?
Yeah, I might have to actually buy that vinyl. I've pretty much never gotten on the whole vinyl thing. I didn't buy the vinyl the first time.
CD guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna have the comic book will also be available without the vinyl. But we just figured it'd be like, it might as well, right? You know, like we need more records anyway. So, but yeah, so we're going to do that. And then in September, it's the 10-year anniversary of An Ache for the Distance, which makes me feel old as shit. And we're going to re-release Ache on vinyl because that thing's been long gone. I know most people I know, they don't have a copy for it. It's like the number one thing people are like, hey, do you have any copies of that on vinyl? It's like, not for you, you know, like I have like one copy of it. So that's going to be coming out in, I think, like October-ish. Like early October.
Yeah, you all tried to give me a copy of that on vinyl 10 years ago, and I was like, I got the CD already.
You're the only person on the planet, dude. Like seriously, that like there's a 100 copy glow in the dark version of it, and I swear like I have never been asked for something more in my entire life, and I only have one of them. You know, so it's like, sorry, you know, like I try to keep at least one of every record I do. You know, I try to do that with shirts until like. We were a band for 5 years and we had like 300 shirts. So I was like, okay, this is over with. But I do keep like one of every copy of each color of our records and stuff. So I only have one of those. And I guess we'll have someone can get a new one. I don't think it's going to be glow in the dark though.
I think the glow in the dark one was the one that you all tried to give me.
You dumbass. That thing is sought after, man. I think it'll go for big money on Discogs right now.
You know, this is what I get for not jumping on the vinyl train sooner. But I know that as soon as I try to do that, I'm going to want to replace every single CD that I have, and it's going to be expensive and it's going to be a pain in the ass.
I would like to suck my own dick for a second and tell you that I think the vinyl thing is a little silly. If you move a lot, them shits are heavy as fuck. You have to get up and flip them like every 20 minutes, you know? So like I listen to a lot of music if I'm doing something around the house or I'm drawing or something like that. It's kind of a pain in the dick. I'm not going to lie, you know? Like also, I'll tell you this. I worked at a used record store in high school. So we're talking 98 to 2001, right? And my whole thing then was basically records like, you know, a Zeppelin 4 or a you know, Dark Side of the Moon was like $5.99, and I had a 40% discount, and basically it was just a used record store, and there's tons of vinyl all over it, and like basically I would get like $200 a week, just sign it over to the store again, and I just buy records because I get more of it. You know, this is back in the day. You had to like buy something to listen to it, or your friend had to buy it. You know what I mean? Like, so it made a lot more sense for me to just buy vinyl. And I was, you know, not really buying new vinyl because it was pretty hard to get, especially then. I don't think there was very much being pressed besides like hip hop and dance music. But yeah, that's kind of like how I grew into being like into all kinds of music. You know, like I'm a lot of like old country and psychedelic and all that kind of stuff, just because it was like, well, I could blow my paycheck on new CDs and not even know if I like them. You know, I mean, like I did that plenty of times already, or I can just like buy these records that, you know, I've never heard that, you know, I've heard of or someone recommended, and it's like, you know, $2. That's why now when you go to a used record store and they have like a Dark Side of the Moon for like, you know, $30, like fuck off, man. That was before SoundScan, so who knows how many they made. And like that's record sold a lot of fucking records. It's not worth $30 fucking dollars. So I got on that kind of vinyl kick, and when people started doing it now, first of all, it made all the records fucking more expensive. And I honestly don't think that anybody has a good enough record player and stereo to listen to them and have the argument that it sounds better than a CD. And that's my TED talk.
Yeah, I've never like felt like it sounded better, but the one benefit that there is that you get to see more of the art.
Yeah. So I actually, that's a big thing for me, you know, like I remember with Aiken actually, like I remember really wanting a gatefold, even though it was only one record. I was like, man, it'd be so awesome to have like these killer photographs, super big. And I remember Scott Flaster, who was in a band called Millions, if you remember. He ran Seventh Rule Records. I actually asked him what we should do, and he said, well, it's a lot easier to roll a joint on a gatefold vinyl. And I was like, that's a good fucking point, man. Like, so yeah, I do like that aspect of it. And you know, like nowadays, like I mean, I collect fucking toys and records and all this fucking comics and all this bullshit. I've tried to cut down slightly on records because, like, once again, like, you know, I feel like, first of all, I bought $1 billion worth of fucking music over my life, so cut me a break. But, you know, like, I have Spotify, you know, so much shit streamed now. I listen to a lot of music in my car more so than at home. So, you know, like, why do I need every record on vinyl? You don't need every album you've ever heard. You don't need a physical copy of it. You know what I mean? Like I keep everything that I really love that I must have. I get that on vinyl and I really like it. I, you know, have it, but I don't need like, you know, the records I thought were okay from that band. Or I thought were like, I like that song. No, that's a Spotify now, you know, like, so I can't really get, I can't say I'm not into the whole streaming thing. It's pretty tight.
Yeah. I've kind of hit that point where, I don't like do the whole streaming thing yet because I just can't.
Because you still listen to CDs, dude.
Well, yeah,
like
but I've hit the point too, though, where if I'm not super into a band and I don't really care about having like a physical copy of it, I'll just buy a digital copy of it.
That's pretty noble of you, and I think that's pretty cool. I wish there were more people that did that as opposed to just streaming, because it actually pays probably a lot better. That like pay, like I don't fucking know how much I get paid for making music, God, but like it's definitely not a fucking lot, that's for sure. But yeah, you know, like that's actually pretty cool. I don't, you know, and this just goes along with like having physical space. You know what I mean? Like at this point for me, you know, but streaming's pretty cool. It's all right. I think I still am like a big stickler for having a digital copy of something, because like especially if I'm paying for it, I want to fucking own it somehow or another, so I can listen to it without having the internet on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I want it on drive. It's even like with movies. Like I download movies illegally. I'll just go with it. I was going to try to make up a lie and say I pay for them. I should not. But like I like having the actual file, man. You know, like I don't want 1 billion DVDs, especially because they were getting so expensive with no fucking real reason for it. I thought, you know, like, and then but like I want to be able to listen to do it without like worrying about a streaming service or like like one of those like services where you buy the movie but it's on a cloud. Like I don't want that company going out of business and then it's like, what the fuck do I do? Like where's all my movies I bought all these years, so yeah, no, I like having a file too. I get it.
Yeah, I mean, like I've kind of at that point with a lot of things too, where like there's this weird thing with video games now where on Grand Theft Auto 4, for example, when the license on some of the songs in that game expired, there was an update that went out that removed those songs from the game.
Oh, it's like WWE and shit.
Yeah.
That's weird. I never thought about that happening. Wow, that's crazy. Wow, fuck.
Yeah, so it's like you can never experience that game the way that you originally experienced it again.
Oh, so you have to have the physical copy because then it's on there. Right? Like, dude, that's see, there's points there, and like, you
basically have to have the physical copy to like reinstall it and then not update it.
And then not update it.
Yeah.
this is far. I'm not a video game dude. This is far removed from putting it under my t-shirt and blowing in it to make sure it worked this time. I put it in the Nintendo, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I had the regular Nintendo back in the day, in like the late 80s, early 90s, which I think you're talking about the same one where like eventually you hit the point where blowing in the cartridge don't work and you're blowing into the console too.
yeah. There was like a one trick I remember where you put the cartridge in just enough so like a little bit was sticking out and then you pushed it down so it kind of caught the lip and then it would, dude, everyone had their own thing, dude. It was a whole fucking deal, man. Like I still have my original Nintendo. It worked fine. Yeah. I took care of that shit. I'm actually like been really interested in like video game sales like now, like the vintage stuff. Like they've been grading video games now. It's like it blows my mind that someone has like any sort of Nintendo game, original Nintendo game sealed. Right? Like that shit was like $50 in like 1988. Like I don't know what what's it called? When prices go up, the inflation rate is on that, but like it's got to be insane, right? Like who would have bought a $50 video game just be like, well, I'm gonna put this on my shelf? It's like, fuck no, dude. Like you played that fucking thing. How are there people out there with mint condition like Zeldas? It's like
I think it's some of the people that find like there's a thing that I saw a few months back when all those Toys R Us's were closing, or maybe it was a few years back. Really, I have no concept of time anymore.
None of us do. Don't worry. That's how this goes now. Yeah, we don't know anymore.
Yeah, but when all the Toys R Us's were going out of business, I saw a thing on the internet where someone found a sealed copy of like Mario Kart 64 under one of the shelves at the Toys R Us that they worked at.
Yeah, dude, I've even seen this like on a lot of like someone sent me a thing where it's like people are just like lifting up the shelves at Target and finding action figures. It's like, oh, fucking so many shelves I've never lifted up in my entire life. Like, so I've been like, I haven't gone to a Target since I saw that video, but I'm like, I'm gonna lift the fucking shelf up. I'm totally gonna get like kicked out or something like that. Like, with my luck, I'm gonna get banned from Target. I have to have you buy the extras. I mean, underneath, on the bottom ones, you can. Do you mean like me lifted up above my head? Like, I don't think so.
I was gonna say you're gonna have to take me with you.
Yeah, no, like it's like the bottom shelf. They have pegs with like the figures on it, and then they have one shelf with stuff, and then another shelf. Yeah, it's that bottom shelf. You go in there, like you just lift up the top of it, and underneath.
Oh, that plate that's on the bottom shelf.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. You're not like fucking gorilla pressing the fucking shelf. But yeah, no. I mean, I've seen crazy shit. Like some people are saying they were finding like old toys under there that people like stashed or just got tossed under there for whatever reason. So like, go to like some really old fucking Target if that's even a thing. Maybe find some cool shit. Like who knows?
Well, dude, I had up until maybe like 3 or 4 years ago, my original Super NES with like probably like a dozen games. And one of the games that I had on it was Kirby's Dream Land 3. I had no idea that people wanted that game like really fucking bad. It came out the year after the N64 debuted. And I remember getting it on a whim in like 5th grade for like, I think $30 or something. It went for like 150 online out of the box, but because there was still like the instruction manual and all that shit with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like I had the Sega Master System, like the predecessor to Genesis, and that fucking system was so hard. Like I don't know if you ever played it, but like I remember there was a Rocky game I have where like I don't even know who the fucking character after Mr. T is, because I could never get past him. I just beat the first guy, and then fucking Clubber Lang would whoop my fucking ass. And I was like, fuck this game. This is like insane, you know, like never did it. And like, it just sat on a shelf. So I have like a perfect copy of it. And like pretty much all my Sega Master System games are really mint. And I've been like kind of thinking, I've been looking them up. I haven't seen anything that's worth shit, but it would make sense that some game that was released a year after the new for an old system that was, when a new system was released, like, of course that's gonna be rare. No one bought it. Yeah, like, that's just like the basics of collecting, you know, anything that's, you know, not mass produced. That's the one.
Yeah. Master System was the one that was kind of like cube shaped, right? It's kind of like thick, and then the Genesis came out, but the Genesis still played the same games.
No.
Oh.
No. So you're thinking of
because I had like the small black Genesis.
Yeah. So there was Genesis that was big, and then there's Genesis that was small, and then there was like another thing that like you added Sega CD to it. Yeah, it's like a tray that you put your Genesis in, and then you put the Sega CD in it. It was like fucking wacky.
Yeah, and you could add Sega 32X to the top of that.
Yes, exactly. That was like the last era of gaming for me.
Yeah,
like, but
32X was a pain in the ass too, because it had those metal plates that you had to figure out how to install to put that in.
I think I only had one game for it.
Yeah, I had Knuckles Chaotix, and I think I maybe had like the re-release of Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah, I had like
like 2 years after
Star
Ultimate
Wars.
Mortal Kombat 3. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that's all I ever had. I like never really played it. I did have like Rage in the Cage for Sega CD. That's got some hours on it. The Sega Master System was before this. It was like the Nintendo Sega. Same era, right? Okay. So it's like like original Nintendo, and then they had Sega Master System. Real fucking low budget. I like barely played it though. I got games for it, and they were all super fucking hard. So I was like, all right, you know, like I don't think they quite have the grasp. I'm like, yeah, it should be challenging, but not fucking infuriatingly difficult. So I don't think I got much play.
And I had as a kid the Sega Genesis at my mom's house, and then the Super NES at my dad's house. And
I basically had the same arrangement between my parents' house and my grandma's house, right? So like, you know, I spent at my parents worked, so I spent a lot of time at my grandma's. So like every day I was there in the afternoon. It's like, well, fucking it's Mortal Kombat time, bitches, you know? Like fucking. So yeah, I didn't play many video games at home.
Yeah. The Sega I always remember having, aside from Sonic, like all of the other exclusive games are just like weird stuff, like Echo the Dolphin.
So there was a Jurassic Park game that I think is better than the Super Nintendo version.
The Super Nintendo one takes like 6 hours to beat.
Dude, yeah, and it looks like shit. It's like an above view of it. It's awful. Yeah. I hate it.
Dude, when I was in first grade, I had that whole game like mapped out. So like me and my dad went out of our
a lot of effort into that shit.
Yeah, because we went out of our way to like beat it. And we had a list with like where every key card in the game was at, because you had to do everything in a certain order to finish it, because otherwise you just ran in circles forever.
That's what I did. I just stopped. I was like, fuck this game. It's fucking stupid. Like you know, there was some good like Altered Beast was on Genesis. That was a only for Genesis. That ruled.
Yeah.
I've never played that shit. That was the fucking tightest game ever. There's like a Mickey Mouse game I think is really sought after, like Mickey Mouse in the Haunted Mansion, which was pretty fun.
Yeah, I remember the one that was like it had levels where you played through different eras of Mickey Mouse. And you started out at like Steamboat Willie, and then you played all the way up through I think maybe like Fantasia or something.
Oh, that's kind of fun. That sounds awesome. Yeah, the spooky one was one I always played. And they also had like those awesome hockey games and basketball games. Bulls versus Blazers and Bulls versus Magic. They had was that on there? Yeah, they had Jordan versus Bird. That was the shit. Yeah, I played the shit out of that one too.
I had one NBA game when I was a kid, and it was NBA Live 95. So it was the year
that Jordan wasn't playing.
No, for whatever reason, I think it was because NBA Live 95 was on sale. And it was the one year that Jordan wasn't playing for the Bulls because he went to play baseball.
Oh man, well he wasn't on a bunch of games though too. After the first 3 titles, he wasn't on any of the games.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know,
one thing I remember about NBA Live 95 was that you could change the teams, and my Bulls on that game were nothing but Rodmans.
That's fucking awful. It's a lot of rebounds, but not a whole lot of free throws, you know. I actually, the last basketball game I wanted to play, and I did, was the Return of Jordan. like 2K11 or something like that.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. That was all right, but I'm also like really awful at video games. It's like terrible. You know, like I've like played them. Like my friend would stop by and like he'd watch me play, and he'd be like, "Dude, like this is awful to watch. Like you're really bad at this." You know, like, I'm just not a video game. I'm so fucking bad at them now. There's too much shit going on. I like button mashes.
I can't even mess with the sports games anymore because they got too into the simulation part of it. The last time that I played an NFL game was maybe like 2013. And my dude just kept like falling over on the field the whole time because there was all these different things that you had to do to keep him like running straight and from like
yeah,
over
like
shit.
How about forward? Yeah. You know, like I'm not gonna hold on this fucking button. Like what the? And then like why does the joystick do? Yeah, dude, it sucks. Like I played like the 2K WWE games, and it's like fucking insane. You know, it's like hit this button to break out. It's like where's that button? Like, and then you like how you're hitting it. It's like the guy's already fucking power sliding you. It's terrible. You know, it's awful. It's not fun at all. And like, I just don't care enough, I guess, to get good at them. I don't know. I got other things to do, like fucking organize toys and shit. All right. Read comics. Okay. Like I don't have fucking a billion hours a day.
Yeah. So with the re-release of Ache, are y'all doing that through Prosthetic?
Yeah. I think so. That's a little bit, we're trying to work all that out right now. But yeah, we're on Prosthetics, so why not? You know, Profile never put it out on vinyl. They only did the CD of it, and then Brutal Panda did the vinyl of it. You know, but yeah, I mean, like Prosthetics offering to do it, and I don't have to pay for it. It's pretty expensive, and I'm not sure if you heard about this. There's this thing called COVID that really fucked up my financial situation and entire life, pretty much. So yeah, if someone's gonna pay for a vinyl pressing, let's do that, you know. And also, like, I mean, I get to, you know, they're gonna let me do whatever I want. And I don't really know what that means or what I want to do yet, but yeah, why not?
Yeah. Do you know if y'all ever be able to put out shit, I forgot the name of the album now.
What? Glorified?
Yeah. Are y'all ever gonna be able to put out a Glorified Piece of Blue Sky again?
I think so. Yeah, because Candlelight went out of business. So, I mean, I don't know if anyone's going to come looking for us from Candlelight. When we got dropped from Candlelight before we signed with Profile Lord, put out the email saying that we could go and look for a new record label was addressed to Simon. So I don't know if fucking Simon, let alone a Simon that's in my band. So, yeah. So, you know, who knows? I mean, I know that they went out of business though. So who knows? I'm sure, you know, we could. Maybe for like the 15th anniversary or something like that. We already missed it 10 years last year, 2 years ago.
Yeah, because I remember y'all were able to reissue One Amongst the Weed Fields along with your first EP back in 2014.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah,
it was. Yeah, like that was also like we didn't really they didn't like pay for that to get recorded. We just kind of did it. You know what I mean? So like, I don't think it was anything. And then like, you know, I said they went out of business, so it's not like I could fucking call them up or anything. You know, I can't email anybody. The @candlelightrecords.com emails don't work anymore. So, yeah, I can't imagine they gave much of a fuck. Like I said, they didn't do shit for us while we were on their label. So also fuck them. Let's go with that. Fuck them. You know, like they didn't do fucking a dick thing from that when we were on that label. I was so stoked to get dropped. It was like the greatest thing ever.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of One Amongst the Weed Fields, y'all are also doing a covers EP again, right?
Yeah, we recorded most of it. It's just been like kind of like finding the time to finish it. You know, like I mentioned in other interviews, like just recently, like we're all industry workers, man. You know, like every one of like a couple of us opened up bars right before the pandemic. Awesome. That ruled. You know, so like we really can't, there's like, you know, a lot, basically this last year has been trying to survive. You know, and like I can't really fault any of us because like every time that I wanted to work on something, there was like, you know, it had to be the right time and right, like I had to have enough time to get it done, and like that didn't happen very often because there was a lot of times where like fuck, like, you know, I need to pay rent, you know, I got to pay my fucking phone bill, you know, like I can't really justify turning down a money making opportunity to go jam with my buddies, even though it's all I really want to do. You know, but so yeah, you know, now that everything's lightening back up though, you know, we're getting back together next week. We talked, so start fucking figuring shit out, you know? Like we got some covers to put out and they will be put out one way or the other, you know? So probably before a new record, but new record probably either end of next year or early 2023. It seems like forever.
Yeah, are y'all covering anything that's going to be out of left field?
Oh yeah. I'm not telling you what they are. Like, no, yeah, because they're all pretty wild picks, to be honest with you. All pretty wild, even though like if you know our band, if you like our music, I think you could pretty much figure it out. Like, I mean, like as far as where it all comes from, you know. And well, I did want to try to finish it during the pandemic because I had like a whole kind of there's an overarching theme, you know. But yeah, I think it's still gonna work, you know. So it'll come out as soon as you get it done. I'm pretty stoked. I think they're really fucking fun, you know, and they were sounding pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that I've always liked about Atlas Moth is that everyone in that band, even though the musical tastes kind of overlap, each of you kind of comes from a different place. Like, you know, you're like a Deftones guy. Dave's like a really kind of spacey dude.
He's like a classical dude.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
That's like he played in orchestras all through like school. He like played in China in the White House. So did Andrew. So those guys are both like musicians, you know. Like I'm very much like, let's just fucking turn it up, man. Fucking play a riff, you know. Like I write shit and they're like, that's in this timing, and I'm like, yeah, okay. Like yeah. If you say so, motherfuckers. Like,
when you got like Mike who does the all the death metal stuff, and I mean he's like your third drummer because y'all are Spinal Tap over there with that shit.
Fucking drummers, am I right? You know what I mean? I think Mike is the man, though. We all get along so well, and it always felt, no matter who we had drumming, with all due respect to their talent and the time they put in, it never felt like five of us. It always felt like four of us, and like that's kind of the thing. Like we're all such close friends, you know. Like this band doesn't. It's not like we lose like drummer and we were like, oh, you know. It's like, nah, man. Like, who else am I gonna hang out with? You know, like we got to stay in a band. So it's like, you know, like, but I never really felt, there's always, like I said, four of us talking about the other guy who was fucking doing something fucked up. So now it actually feels like five of us, you know, which is really fun. You know, it's like, it's almost like we had to wait for him to graduate, you know, junior high for him to join our band because he's like 16 or however old he is.
I mean, there's just also kind of a limited number of drummers in that city too. It seems like everyone's got the same like 3 or 4 drummers that they pass around.
Yeah. That's, I mean, I think that's drummers in general. I mean, there's a fuckload of drummers. Are they any good? I mean, it's really important to have a good drummer, especially like we've gotten so dependent on playing to a click live, which is fucking bananas. I can't even believe that we ever did that. And I've gotten there, and that's how we play live. That's fucking insane to me because I would have never thought I would ever be in a band that did that. But yeah, he's like, we have to have a fucking great drummer, and Mike's a goddamn machine. Like I think I've told this like when I was talking right after we put out Coma Noir, but like, you know, you go to the studio, you bring in all your fucking gear, and you know, drums are always first, and you set everything up. It's a big setup day. No one ever expects to track anything, and you know, you do start with drums, and maybe you track like one song of drums that day, maybe 1 or 2, depending. At the end of the night, right? Just more, and sometimes you come in the next day and like you just do it again, you know. It's more like getting a feel and getting sounds. Fucking that jerk off Mike walked into the studio, set up his drums, and recorded like 7 of the 9 songs that day. And I'm like, what the fuck is this kid doing? Like, it's making me look like a fucking asshole over here. So yeah, that was pretty awesome. You know, I mean, like he's a fucking killer drummer. I literally like playing with him. You know, he's a good kid.
Yeah.
He'll once he gets some hair on his chest, he'll be ready to go. Once he goes through puberty, he'll be fucking. I see a bright future for him.
Is Sanford going to be producing your all stuff again?
I'd assume so. Yeah, I mean, like, I haven't thought about that, but like, I don't see why he wouldn't. You know, like, yeah, I would assume so for sure.
I mean, I figure it's probably, you know, going to be either him or Andrew whenever I like think about that kind of thing.
Yeah, you know, I think like we kind of like killed Andrew's love for doing that. Like, which is like kind of hilarious. Like, he was really harsh on me on vocals, and like I can't tell you how many times I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna kill him when I'm done with this. Like, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna hit him right in the face." And like then I go in there and it's like, Okay, that sounds pretty great. So like, I guess you were right. You know, like thanks for pushing me, pal. But yeah, I mean he's him and his wife have a bar. He's one of the people that opened a bar. So yeah, I don't think he's gonna want to record us. I think he'd rather let someone like Sanford do it.
Yeah, you know, shout out to Kite String Cantina too. They've got fantastic taquitos.
They do, and beverages.
Yeah. What was it that they were doing? Like margaritas?
They were doing like those slushies.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Like they're on tap kind of. Yeah, it's pretty great. Then like I forgot the Negroni one was really good. I like drinking. Wait, let me tell you. Is he gonna get me fucked up? Great, let's do it.
I got to check that place out last time I was in town, which is I guess like 3 years ago now.
Yeah, right. 3 years ago. You know, like that's why everyone like every time I've like talked to anybody about things like, oh yeah, it was like a couple months ago. It's like, yeah, dude, that was 2019. It's like, oh, that's right. An entire like year of my life was totally wasted. So that's cool. You know, I'm glad I'm only 38 and not like much older, where it's like, wait, what the fuck? You know, like because like although like, you know, and touring seems like a goddamn huge endeavor right now, simply because I haven't done it in that long, and my life and all of our lives have been so upheaved, you know. It seems like a tall proposition, you know, but like I could only imagine if like I was at that point where maybe I missed the last year I could be able to tour, you know, because I was so old. So I just got that going for me.
Yeah. You opened up a Dante's too, right?
I did, yeah. Dante's Pizza, about Dante's Tavern. It's on Chicago and Damon here in Chicago. We moved during the pandemic, you know. There's a lot. Well, everything was up in the air, man. It was really stressful, you know. But luckily, we pulled through, and yeah, it's still there. Next time you come through, I'll take you.
Yeah, I mean, you know, more than likely, I'm going to be moving back there in September. So
yeah, if you say so. I'll wait till that happens. We'll see. We'll see. I've been saying that for like a fucking decade.
Yeah, pretty much ever since I left, I've been saying I was going to move back.
Yeah, so like a decade, like fucking 12 years. So until you're here, I don't fucking do the damn thing. Yeah. Next question.
So yeah, you do some design work for a lot of people in the area too.
You're gonna do this, aren't you?
Yeah, one of the people is our mutual friend Eddie Gobbo.
Yes.
Who has some interesting shirts for his band Something Is Waiting.
I want to put this out there because I'm sure Eddie's going to definitely listen to this. Roger, you need to do a podcast interview with you. That's why I haven't finished the mock-up for the design that I'm going to send you as soon as I'm done recording, Eddie. It's a chill.
You know, his shirts are always interesting.
Eddie's shirts.
Yeah.
All right. yes, his shirts are always interesting. They're pretty. It's very inside jokey, and yeah. I just do. It's like one of those things where it's like, you know, I just drive the car, man. You know, like I just draw, man. You know, like this is not me. And you showed me a shirt earlier that I didn't do. I didn't know that he had other people doing that. Kind of blew my mind.
Yeah,
I mean, like that's great. You know, like sure, of course, but I just never thought of it.
Yeah, it's his thing is that like the jokes on top of jokes on top of jokes reach a point sometimes where it's hard to figure out what exactly the shirt's supposed to be.
Yeah,
and like I always wonder how you figure that out just from him describing what he wants.
Oh man. Oh, so usually he'll tell me something. He usually asks me if I think it's a good idea or not. And as of late, I've been very short with it. Like, yep, nope. Like, you know, because I realized that I can't, you know, I don't want to encourage it. I want it to happen naturally from him because he's so particular. So usually I ask him a lot of questions. Usually a lot of people will ask me to just do whatever on like maybe within some parameters. But Eddie is so very particular, which is fine, you know. But I usually let him tell me everything, and then he usually starts adding stuff. And that's when I'm like, whoa, hold on a second. And sometimes I just go for it, you know. He's got wacky ideas. And there's a lot of times I'm like, hey, what about this? He's like, no. I'm like, well, wow, that's kind of incredible. Like I was looking at it in a very design way. Like for the properties of design, this would be great. Oh, absolutely not is always the answer. So, like I just listen to him and I do make a couple arguments here and there, but mostly it's just Eddie's Eddie's vision.
Yeah, I mean they're great in the sense that anytime that I wear any of those shirts, people just kind of scratch their heads and they're like, what is that even supposed to be?
Yeah. Which if that, you know what, Eddie, if that is your fucking shtick, if that's like your fucking gimmick, then I get it now, finally. I don't think he's thought that far through. I think that he's very enthusiastic, which I love.
Yeah.
So, but I'm always like, okay, then I'll be like, do you get it? I'm like, no.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's all, the whole thing all along.
I mean, I've got pretty much all of the Something Is Waiting shirts. So I was thinking,
do you literally have? Do you mean you have all of them, or do you mean
I'm missing maybe like one or two.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
All right, hit me.
So I was thinking we could go through all of them and rate them on a scale of this is funny and it makes a lot of sense to to what the fuck was Gobbo thinking.
Oh yeah, we can do that for sure. All right, let's do it.
All right. So the first one I've got here is the Black Album one that he did.
Oh yeah.
This one always gets some weird looks now anytime that I wear it because people think that it's the Don't Tread on Me snake.
I mean, yeah, right. Technically,
and I'm a bald dude, so
yeah. Oh yeah, you gotta watch that shit. Yeah. This is some shit right there.
This one I actually like a lot because I think that this one I get the joke.
So this stays in the parameters of one joke. Yeah, there's one joke, right? So like in that case, that's a 10 out of 10. I designed that one and it was super easy. And he'll always say that it's gonna be a super easy thing, and it never is. And that one really was. I actually remember being like, dude, that actually really was easy. Thank you.
This one I still haven't totally figured out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man. So first of all, I'll tell you what, one of the hardest things ever to do is to draw hair on a bald man, especially a bald man that for my entire life I've known as bald. You know what I mean? It's like trying to figure out where the hairline goes on that was so hard. There were supposed to be some other elements around it involving Chicago sports teams logos.
Yeah. So for people that are just listening to the audio version too, this is a shirt that has Hulk Hogan, but with Guido hair, and he's got a Sopranos logo tattooed on his chest, but it's got the backwards R from Korn in it.
You just said so many things that have no business being in the same sentence, I remember like this one went through a lot. This one was really fucking hard. Yeah, I that was a fucking bitch of a shirt to finish, and he kept going, changing things, and I couldn't understand where he wanted these logos placed. That one for my mental anguish, I'm gonna give that one a 10 too. I think it's a 10. Are we doing 1 through 10?
I think so.
We're doing Gobbo.
10 is I get the joke and this makes sense, and 1 is what was Gobbo thinking? Wait.
All right, no, that's what I'm judging. That's a 1 because I still have no idea what the fuck he was thinking.
Yeah, I haven't figured that one out at all.
The first one is a 10. I get that one, and yeah, totally. That one's a 1. That was a 0.
Yeah,
for my mental language. See, that's what I needed to know.
This one is one of my favorites because it's a throwback reference to the Pantera home video. But you have to have seen the Pantera home video to get it.
Right. What does the license plate say?
3WIG. So 3 watch it go. Because it's the third Pantera video. So
yeah, that's a good shirt.
For people that are listening, it's a station wagon on a white t-shirt, and beneath it says the Satanic Falcon.
Yes, which was a joke from the third Pantera home video.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give that one a 10. That one's a good one.
Yeah, this one I actually understand.
That's great. Yeah, I get that one. It makes total sense. This is like before. It's like almost like we can we should figure out when these shirts came out so we can track the progress of Gobbo going off the reservation.
Well, it's kind of back and forth because
okay,
yeah.
All right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to jump the gun.
The Hogan Sopranos one was one of the most recent ones that he did like last fall.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know that one. Yeah, that one is a scar on my soul. That one I hated everything about it. I would give it a 0. I don't even want it a 1. I want 0.
Yeah. So Satanic
so
Falcon
far
and the Metallica one are.
I'm gonna give them 10s.
Yeah, those are they're late 2018, early 2019. I think they're early 2019.
Okay.
And the only reason that I remember that is because I wore the Satanic Falcon one to a friend's engagement party.
Sorry, my dog just threw up, I think. Yeah, I'm glad that you know, because I have no fucking idea. I've tried to I have no idea anything anymore. So time-wise. Yeah.
All right. So next shirt is the Typo Negative parody, red #1. It's got a mock-up of a Typo cover with Peter Steele, Amy Adams, and Nicole Kidman.
Yeah. I don't know, man. This is a tough one too. Because wait, they don't have red hair, do they? Amy Adams does, sort of.
Nicole Kidman kind of did. I think it was strawberry blonde. It was strawberry blonde.
Is that considered red?
I don't know.
See, this is I don't know.
So maybe that's the joke.
That's the answer. Maybe it's the joke. So do we get it or we don't get it?
I get that it's a Typo parody.
So what? Are we gonna give it like a 5? Or is it
it's in the middle. It's in the middle because I'm not 100% sure what the joke is, other than it's
I want to give that one a 4 to 6. It could be any of those 3 numbers in there, 4 or 5 or 6. I'm not sure yet. We'll have to do a follow-up. I try to do some research.
All right, this is one of the first ones that he did in late 2017, early 2018. The Ozzy
piece. Dude, this was a pain in the ass because chest piece. So it was so hard to find a good image of that. It was almost impossible to draw it. It was super hard to find. I remember. I get this joke. I don't know if Eddie knows about tattoos enough to make jokes about them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He has no tattoos.
He doesn't have any.
Yeah, and I think that he is.
Well, how do we know that he doesn't have any? He might have like a Brock Lesnar kill 'em all tramp stamp.
100%. I guarantee it. 100%. He does not have anything on that bottom. I guarantee it. He's no way. He can never decide. He never could decide. That's half the reason that some of these shirts I'm like, tell me what you want. He takes 4 days to pick an H. It literally just happened. It took 4 days for him to pick an H.
You know where you can find a really good photo of that chess piece, right? The Down to Earth cover.
Well, that's great news.
5 years
I've
later.
never drawn that thing again. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. Down there. Sorry.
All right, so here's the very first one from 2017. It's got the Raiders logo on the front.
Oh yeah, there we go. There we go.
Very first one from 2017, Raiders logo on the front with Kerry King's face in the middle, and then the back just says Raiders logo.
So I get the front, right? Because I know Kerry King was always wearing Raiders shirts, right?
Yeah.
From Oakland, right? So I totally get that part of it. Now the back, I have no idea. I didn't remember. I wish I could go back and remember what he said about that. That was probably one of those times where I was like okay, you want to spend money to get the back printed with that on? You know what I mean? But yeah, I have no Raiders logo. There is a Raiders logo on the front.
Yeah. Well, he's printing all the shirts though with his company though, right? So it's his money that he's spending.
You're giving away too many inside secrets. This is too inside baseball for the civilians out there.
Yeah. No, the thing with that Raiders shirt was it was the first Something Is Waiting shirt that I think he put out. There was that, and there was another one that we'll get to in a minute, which was the White Zombie parody. But I
don't remember that one.
We'll get to that in a second. The thing with the Raiders thing though was when he showed me that the first time, I was like, okay, but what does that have to do with your band? But that's a running theme across all the shirts.
All of them. Yeah, all of them. They're all something that Eddie likes. I try. He says he sells the shit out of these shirts, and I hope he does. I always try to make sure I do designs that are cool looking that people would want to buy, that I would want to buy. If I wish I could just put Hulk Hogan on a t-shirt, that'd be fucking hilarious. Just like you know, like Ric Flair's face, you know, or like, I don't know, like just Batman. They always have a Batman shirt. Just him, just Batman on the front.
Yeah.
And in the back, real small, it'll say the Atlas Moth. I'll probably sell more t-shirts. He, like I said, he might be a fucking genius.
Do Mothman. Just turn Batman's cape into moth wings.
So that's already getting into like some like more like cool looking design, right? You know, I'm talking like, no, I want to do nothing. I want to just fucking put Batman's face on the shirt. You know what I mean? Like that's all I do. I'm coming soon to a web store near you.
All right, here's the most recent thing that he did, I think, and it has not aged well.
Oh yeah, that hasn't aged well.
He put this out right before Marilyn Manson got canceled. So it's the Kevin from the Wonder Years with removed his dick or removed a rib to suck his dick.
Yeah. That one was pretty painless. I also get this joke 100%.
Yeah.
That's a 10. I can't argue. That's a total 10, although it has aged poorly.
But this is,
you know what though? Poorly. Yeah, that should have been a lesson to not lean on other motherfuckers for your t-shirts. You know, like don't put the fucking Marilyn Manson on your t-shirt, man. Yeah. That's what you get. It's
because it's also similar to the artwork from the Smells Like Children shirts.
Correct. Yes, that was all on purpose.
Yeah.
Like I said, that was one thing all the way through. I like that. That was good. Well, I mean, aside from the unfortunate business.
All right, so this one I get too. It's the Get Your Leg one with the dog from the Alice in Chains album on the pocket, except it's got its leg back.
Yeah. Is that all that it is?
Is that? It's just the dog on the pocket, and then on the back at the bottom it says something is waiting.
Get your leg.
Yeah.
So that was a difficult shirt to do, and I do get that joke, but I also that one's too far. You know, leave the dog out of it, Eddie. I'm gonna give that one a 1.
Yeah. Ooh. My only issue with that shirt is that you have to look at the ass of the person that's wearing it to see that it's a something is waiting shirt.
That's an interesting take. Yeah. I'm going to go with the fact that it's fucking just an Alice in Chains shirt and not a something is waiting shirt, aside from they put their name on it. Just throwing that out there. Come on now.
Yeah, pretty much. The only difference is the dog has 4 legs.
Yeah. Which, like, you know how many people I know that have never realized that? You know, it's like they just never noticed it was a 3-legged dog. They're like, oh, it's a dog on the cover. Like, cool, whatever. Like,
I mean, I think that I always knew because there was a kid that I knew in middle school who called that album 3-Legged Dog, even though it doesn't have a name.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
All right, here's the one that we were talking about earlier that you didn't do the design on.
Yeah, I didn't.
It's a mock-up of a Tinder profile with Melissa, age 28.
Wait. You know what? I think I maybe did do this shirt. How long? That's perfect. I'm so glad that I literally thought that I did. I actually think I did do this t-shirt.
Yeah.
I'm pretty positive I did now, I think.
It's a great King Diamond joke.
Yeah.
His face is even one of the logo or one of the swipe logo things at the bottom.
Yeah, see, like I like this because it'll draw somebody in to look at it and be like, wait, what the fuck is going on right here? Yeah, this is a good one. This is a 10 out of 10. I think I did do that one.
I think that was my favorite one out of the whole bunch.
I think it is too. Yeah, that actually is a cool shirt. I like that.
Yeah.
You don't have to explain it too much. You know, other than people like, wait, what is all this shit? It's like, oh, it's my buddy's band. You know, like that's it. The other one's like, yeah, but why do you have Nicole Kidman, Peter Steele, and Amy Adams on the shirt? You know, like
So like if you wear that shirt and someone sees it and knows that it's a reference to King Diamond, Merciful Fate after they look at it, you instantly have an in with that person too.
100%. Yeah. That's a good shirt. It's a good one.
All right. So this one is the baseball jersey one that he did with the Ride the Lightning parody, but it's a amusement park ride.
Yeah.
Or Six Flags in River North, Chicago.
Yeah. So like I did this one. I dig the idea. Actually, this is pretty fun. You know, like this would be a great like just parody Metallica shirt in general. You know, not for a band, you know. But then I remember like I Rode the Lightning. It's like, dude, like no one knows where that like the relation is with that in Illinois unless you're from here. You know what I mean? Like, and even then, like I don't know if everybody knows where that place. Like, what is it? Like Homewood, Illinois, or something?
Yeah, like, it's way up in one of the suburbs.
Yeah, no one. That's a joke for Eddie to enjoy for himself. Because unless you're from here and actually, you know, you're not gonna get that shit. It's gonna be like, okay. You know? Yeah.
All right, here's the White Zombie parody. It's also got a Soundgarden joke. This is like the very first one that they did with Kim Thale in the middle of the White Zombie logo.
Yeah,
that says more like, Spoon Man than Spoon Man.
Yeah. Oh man, I do remember this one. That's a pretty good design, but I don't understand why you're combining Soundgarden and White Zombie.
Isn't it his two favorite
for
bands?
Your band?
Yeah,
but for your band. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like that. Yeah, I don't know. Like the I Rode the Lightning, that's pretty like clever. That one is just like, wait, what? You know, like I think I kind of remember him asking me to do that and me being like, I don't get this at all. You know, like it worked.
Yeah.
It does look cool. Year, I just don't get it. So one.
Last year I tried to get him to do a shirt because he and I have been going on about Space Lord for like 3 years now. And I tried to get him to do a shirt where it was his face and Galactus's helmet. And the back was going to say Space Lord Father, Father. And they were going to put it out around like Father's Day.
I hate you for making me want to draw this shit.
Well, That's I sent him his face. I think I showed you the just his face in the Galactus helmet. And then I sent it to him and he gets back to me. He's like, can you draw like the whole galaxy around that?
Like, yeah, 100%. Like, so, like, I forgot I had to draw something for him. He goes, oh, yeah, well, this will be way easier than the normals. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm like, no, it's not. Like, sometimes the normal stuff is just like grabbing a couple of photos on the internet and putting the contrast stuff. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, he has unrealistic expectations sometimes. A lot of people do though. It's not like if you don't draw, it's like you don't know. You know, I'll say that. This isn't just Eddie. I have like a ton of like bands that'll be, hey man, you design for us? Like, yeah, sure. Like, you know, any ideas? And they're literally like, no, man, whatever you want. And whenever I do that, I'm like, oh, I'm fucked. Because like I guarantee that whatever I fucking send back, they're like, oh, well, I didn't want a skull. You know, it's like no matter what it is, like, I didn't want a tree on there. You know, like and sometimes they'll be like, oh man, that's cool. Except can you change like this, this, and this? And it's like that's the entire fucking shirt. Yeah. So like you want a different shirt, right? Well, no, well, yeah. You know, it's like okay. So that's
the logistics of the layering for putting the galaxy on there was also just like
yeah. It's bananas. Like, and also the other thing is too is I learned this, and I've learned the hard way, is that hey, can you put that in there? Sometimes be like, you know what? Never mind, I liked it before. Like more often than not. You know, like that's a very typical, like a backtrack once he sees it. So I very much try to be eloquent when I'm like, I don't know about that. If I'm pretty sure it's going to be a failure.
Yeah. So one more shirt. It's one of the other ones that he did last year. This one I don't get aside from the fact that I hate Friends.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. And like,
so it's Ross from Friends, but he's wearing a Public Enemy shirt and he's got crosshairs over his heart, and then the back is anti-Ross.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
But so I get this joke, so I give it a 10. But I remember it. I mean, I was kind of like, I think this is when I started being like, wait, why are we adding all these things together? Like, what does Friends have to do with Public Enemy and your band? Yeah, like I like to do parody shirts too. I like to try to like incorporate it with our band in even the most far reach possible, you know. But I have yet to really see what any of these have to do with him in his band. Yeah. Other than it's his personality, which I get, if that's it. But I've never been explicitly told that, so I don't know. That's why I'm questioning it all.
So I tried to, after we were talking last week, I tried to sell him again on the idea of doing a follow-up to Sting versus Sting from the Jarred Loose shirts, his old band.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, you should take this style of Rob Zombie shirt, and I sent him the one where it's like the mock-up of like a CBGB's like poster kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, but you should do Ono versus Zuna, Battle of the Yokos, a Triple X showdown.
That's pretty good. That'd be pretty awesome. Like,
yeah.
Did you not get it?
He was just like, there's kind of something there. Which is like, that's Eddie for like, yeah, I'm not feeling it.
Yeah, no. You know what I love about him though is that he's so particular and he knows what he wants. Usually, like, to an extent, like I said, he does fucking change his damn mind a lot and makes me want to kill him. But I love him to death, and he knows what he's going for.
Yeah,
you know, I think it's all up in the air. You know, like I said, I think he's working us all.
Oh yeah. No, we you know, we sit here and we joke, but like Eddie's one of the coolest people that we know, but he's also one of the weirdest people that we know.
I think it's all out of love. I call him the anti-Mark, you know, because he's such a wrestling mark that he's gone around the world and now he's like into Cena, you know, unironically, you know, like it's like this fucking guy, you know, like it's incredible. I can always imagine like, anything that I know will be a hot take, he will be the man saying it to me. Anything. It's like I imagine hot takes. I'm like, I bet Eddie likes that shit. He goes, yeah, that's amazing.
I mean, I do agree with him about AEW though. Yeah,
you guys are all fools with that shit.
I can't
I can't force you guys to watch anything. But you guys are very, very particular. And mind you, I will tell you that I will say I agree with Eddie about 50% of the time on wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know about all that shit. I think you guys are all wrong. You guys need to open your minds.
I mean, I agree with him 0% of the time about the usefulness of air conditioning.
Why does he not have air conditioning?
He is very much into things being very warm.
You know what? That makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel like he maybe wants to be uncomfortable himself. You know? Like that makes total sense to it.
Yeah.
That's Eddie for you though. He's an interesting cat, man.
Yeah.
He's one of a kind. He broke the mold.
Yeah,
he's gonna love this because he's gonna get this entire podcast is about me. Holy shit. I put out a calendar with a bunch of pictures of my dog to help pay some bills earlier in the year. And I remember
I've got it hanging on the wall.
Yeah, thank you. So like he literally asked me when I mentioned the calendar to him. He's like, hold on, am I in this calendar? I'm like, what? Like, no, fucking Eddie. Like, no one wants to see you. Like, so fucking weird. I love it. It's great. It's like the best answer. You could never imagine. You never like dream up the question he is going to ask. And then when he asks it, it's always like, what the fuck? That's incredible. Through the roof.
You should have put your dog into something as waiting shirt in one of the pictures.
Oh, he'd catch it, man. He'd catch it. He was like, so I sent him a design I had to finish after I got off with you the other day. And I was sitting, it was on my laptop, was on my lap. I just took a picture on my phone of the screen to show it to him. He goes, well, you know, it's not curved. It's not on an angle on the shirt. I'm like, yeah. Eddie, my computer's on an angle, you know? It's on my fucking lap, man. Give me a break. You like the design? Like, come on. He's he doesn't miss something like that. But you never know. This podcast is probably gonna spawn a shirt. I guarantee it. You know, watch this happen. It's gonna be like a screenshot of this or something like that. And then like, I don't know, I'm gonna be a clown. And I don't know, like you know, fucking Chris Cornell's gonna be over your shoulder and something. I don't fucking even know. Someone will be back there. Something will be happening with those action figures on your shelf.
You could revamp. You could revamp the luchador shirt that you did like 3 different versions of a decade ago.
Yeah.
But one of the luchadors has your head on it now, and one of them has my head on it.
But we'll both have luchador masks on, and you won't be able to tell it's actually us. That's actually, I think we may have thought of an Eddie Gobbo shirt right there. That's how multi-layered it is. He's an onion. You know, he's got many layers.
You only know that it's us if anyone tells you that it's us.
Yes, exactly. 100%. It's
the same exact shirt. It's just got the Jarred Loose logo switched out for something as well.
Exactly. This is genius shit. I'm going to pitch it to him later. Oh, man. Amazing.
Yeah. So I've had you for like an hour now. Is there anything else that we need to get to?
Well, so I did want to get into Loki. Which
oh yeah,
want,
yeah. Did you watch it yet?
No, that's what I was about to say. You know, what I mean, like I'm waiting until right now to watch it. I'm waiting to wrap up with you. So, if you want, we can do an epilogue tomorrow, an add on to this before you release it, or we can just follow it up after maybe some another, whatever you want. I'm always down to talk.
Yeah, we could follow up after the season's over.
Yeah, be like
I can just put it out as like a bonus clip on YouTube.
Yeah, perfect. We'll do that. Maybe we can do an entire fucking like Disney Plus now being in our realms. 3 shows deep. Now I feel like it's real. You know what I mean? Yeah. We can go over how we feel.
We're both into the whole toy collecting thing too. So like maybe after I move up there, we should just do like a toy unboxing show.
Dude, totally. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, also it sucks that like I can't like sit in front of my fucking, at least that. I'm in my kitchen, like on a stool, like at my island. Like there's cabinets behind me. That one that's been open this entire time is annoying the shit out of me too. It's fucking, my OCD is going through the fucking roof. It's like I wanted to turn around and just close it really quick, but it's like I can't miss a question. So the first thing I do when I get up, I'm going to close that cabinet. It's going to feel great. But yeah, fucking let's do it again.
Yeah, it was good talking to you.
Always good to see you, man.
Run you, mama, run you, mama.